Hello and welcome to the tavern. My name's Jay, and before we even start this, few things. So, obviously, I'm looking in the comment section. I'm commenting. There's only one person realistically, but a few things I want to address. Right. So when I complain about the controls, I complain like so I played many other games. Coming from like Turok, coming from other games, not just newer games, but a lot of older games. So I'm gonna compare this to Resident Evil 4 because this is the sort of like the playstyle it's trying to lead into, right? Sort of. So when I say like the controls, right? So I don't have like a dedicated camera button, right? I have a I turn button, which is my camera. That'll be one thing. Two, getting stuck in geometry. There's been a few times that happened. There's been a few times where the enemies shot me after I hit them with a shotgun blast, and they just fall onto the floor. That'll be two. Three, I don't mind that the enemies are bullet sponges. What I mind is that there's no hit marker, hit indication. There's nothing that says I shoot you and like hit registration plus stagger. So it's not like boom, boom, boom. There's none of that, right? Because there's none of that, the enemies can just outright shoot. Four, I think this is gonna be the important one. Saying normal and hard. Obviously, hard is gonna be unforgiving. Hard is hard mode. It is what it is. My playstyle is flawed. I acknowledge that much. But the thing about the playstyle is that it has to be adaptive. If your only playstyle is use focus, use focus, use focus, then that's not really much of a playstyle. That's playing like a linear game, a linear loop, so to speak. So if it's just use focus, and there's only one way to problem solve, and that's it, that doesn't really make a very good design. It makes a monotone design. Not necessarily wrong, but it means that solving the problem becomes, do I have enough focus, yes or no? One. And two, the whole thing of like, I don't see it coming, right? So, if an enemy comes up to my left, and like, if you like hear a few gunshots, there should be an indication, a sound indication, indication somewhere that says, hey, I'm getting shot. And if your response is, well, on normal mode, you have better reaction time because when you get shot, you have more health, or the enemies do less damage, that's not a good indication. That is just like, I'm getting shot, I'm taking damage, and in a game where it's like, yes, I'm going to be taking damage, it becomes a situation of just like, I'm taking a lot of unnecessary damage because I don't know where it's coming from, and I have to take time to look, which means I have to press focus to then look around to then avoid incoming gunfire. That'll be that. The whole fighting mechanic, while yes, fighting makes sure that you don't get shot at, that shouldn't be the safety net in which you judge the game. Just because you don't get shot while you're fighting doesn't mean that after the fighting ends, that there isn't enough distance for them to just shoot you again. So there's a lot of that going on. Even on normal mode, I will make one video on normal mode. I don't know how far I'll get, but just one video on normal mode. And I'm going to just see, like, I'm going to breeze through this because enemies don't do as much. There's essentially, it's essentially this, right? If the numbers, if all that changes are like the numbers, for example, instead of doing like 50 damage, they do 10, or I'm making that up, obviously. But if they're doing like significantly less damage on normal mode than on hard, well, yeah, of course that's gonna be like a hard mode thing. But if the AI isn't changing, for example, they're still gonna shoot you on sight. The moment you get out of cover, they're still going to shoot you, which means the moment you leave sight or leave cover, I should say, the moment you leave cover, you have to press focus. If the central focus of the game is focus, that should be the central focus, and that's it. It shouldn't be, oh, you can do all of these things, but your game is centralized on focus. You have a cover mechanic, but you're centralized on focus. It should just be use focus, and that should be the gameplay loop, or the gameplay loop should revolve around the focus. That's pretty much how I see it. So to compare normal and hard. Oh, and this is the last point, right? This is a new person playing the game. It's not someone who's played the game since like its launch. It's a new person who has to adjust to the controls, who has to adjust to everything, who's trying to figure out ways of trying to get past a problem. So know that when I say I find this to be a problem, it's not because to you the controls could be fine. To me, the controls are bad because I'm coming from different games that have far better controls. Now, don't get me wrong, I've played games with bad controls, and I will call out that, yeah, it's bad controls. But again, this is a third-person game, and it's not a Resident Evil game. It's not Resident Evil 4 where it's over the shoulder. It's a third-person view where the camera is centered behind the character's back, and that in order for you to look left or right, you have to physically move the character left or right while dealing with tank controls. So if I can't see something incoming, it's because I literally can't see it. And again, for reaction time, you have to be able to, in order for you to have reaction time, you have to be able to see something coming. If you take damage and then react, and you clearly saw it happening, that is your fault. But if you're taking damage but you can't react because you don't know what direction it's coming from, the only thing you would know how to do is, in this game, press focus and then jump in either one of two directions and then spin around while in that focus. One of two things is gonna happen, depending on how you use it, right? If you press B, then yeah, you can actually shoot at your target. Or if you press, I believe it's either L or another, or another button that makes it so you can't, or I think it's Z, that makes it so you can't shoot. But the litmus test shouldn't be, well, I can see it coming because I just took damage. That's not seeing it coming. That's taking damage to know you're getting shot. And that really shouldn't be a thing. Reaction time is about, okay, how fast can I do something before something happens? In this game, there really is no reaction time because the enemies aren't just like, realistically, the enemies aren't coming from a certain spot. They're spawning in at spots. That's my take on this. I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm mad at the game. I'm not mad at the person. But to outright say, like, again, comparing normal to hard, right? Obviously, they're two different things, night and day. But if you need like a certain amount of focus, a minimum amount of focus, but focus runs fast or runs out fast, then obviously you're playing differently from normal mode. In normal mode, you're kind of like taking a leisurely stroll, and then in hard mode, you're kind of like going from point to point, just kind of waiting, right? Biding your time to make sure things go like a certain way. That's just my take on this. You can still enjoy the game even if the controls are bad. But when I say controls are bad, we saw this last time. Like, again, you see how, like, looking left to right, essentially tank controls for this game don't work. Because this is how you have to look. You have to move your entire, like, body to look. And then you have to, instead of, R could have been this, right? R could have been ready weapon. Instead of like pressing A to pull out the weapon and then Z to put it away, R could have been ready weapon. And this is what I mean by controls, right? R could have been, instead of like just strafing back left and right, holding it down, strafing left and right, it could have been ready weapon, strafe left and right. That way, A can be freed up for something else. This is what I mean by the controls. The controls do not lend itself to the game. And then we have, I'm going to use it right now, right? So, the enemies move 4 times slower. I move 2 times faster, or 2 times slower, which gives me time. But there was also a stage in which that jump required the use of focus, because if I didn't use focus, I wouldn't make the jump. So focus is also allowing my movement to be faster, to like make certain gaps, which the game doesn't outright tell you. Not a knock on the game, something I've noticed. But a lot does go through in this game. When we get into combat, we're gonna go through the combat first. Pull out the UMP. Where am I going? Oh, right. Follow the arrows. Okay. Actually, I think there is somebody else here. Whoa! I'm sorry. Was he there the entire time? Get the entry level shotgun. Okay. I'm pretty sure there was a gun over here somewhere. Okay, did I pick up grenades or something else? Oh, okay, am I going this way? Okay. That one I could say my fault, because I knew he was there, I just didn't know where. But this is what I mean. An indication of me getting shot shouldn't be, oh, I just took damage. An indication of me getting shot should be, I heard a sound, and an indicator somewhere that says, hey, a shot came from X direction. That's what I mean by indication. Or indicators. That's how you can react. Like the first shot misses, but you clearly see where it's coming from. The second shot may or may not hit based on that first shot. no, that guy wasn't there. Oh, okay, I thought he spawned in. Okay. That was my thought. And the thing is, okay, so you say bullet sponges, these guys are taking less damage. Not less damage, less shots to kill than anybody else. Alright. So this is gonna be, yeah, that grenade. Oh, he had grenade. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that's just like less health overall for all the enemies. Still, this would be my complaints about the game. Let's forget the fact that you played the game, that you have extensive knowledge on the game. Let's go with it from a new player's perspective. In 2024, I'm pretty sure back then it would have been fine. But like, mind you, I'm also playing with a GameCube controller the way it's meant to be played. And I picked out a control scheme I am comfortable with. It's easy to play with the controls, but if again, level design has to work with you. The game design also has to work with you. There's a lot of complaints I can throw at the game. Let's take it at that. And also, the game is janky. I did have a recording of me swimming through the floor. In the last video, there was a guy who shot me while he was on the floor. Like while he got hit by a shotgun. And he's getting up and he shoots me. I might have to look through the video, but that happened a few times. Okay. Anyway, enough complaining. Let's just have a proceed. Also, I don't know if how loud the audio actually is, you guys. What weapon do I have? What is this? How? Like, okay, that one I know for a fact is my fault. Like, I know it was my fault for, like, staying within the... How big is the radius? That'll be one. Again, indications. Like, if I have a grenade, shouldn't I be able to, like, hold it and see the arc trajectory? And then once I release the button, should I then throw it? This is what I mean by the controls. Like, if the grenade is just, I take a grenade, I throw it, I'm never using grenades because it's unreliable. Okay. When mechanics are unreliable, we'll go with that one. The mechanics are unreliable. I don't know exactly what each mechanic is gonna do. I don't know the exact arc of the grenade. And by trial and error, I can figure it out. That's not gonna be the issue. But the issue is, it should show me an arc, and as I release the button, should it then say, okay, on button release, like on button press, hold grenade, on button release, throw grenade, on button press. Because okay, so I'm not a game developer. I'm not, but I have dabbled into a little bit of programming because I want to make my own game. It's gonna be a 2D game. It's probably gonna be a side scroller, but I dabbled in a little bit of it to understand that when, like, for example, this game, right? It's on button held, throw grenade. That's that's the mechanic that's being issued here. On on button pressed, or like on button held, something like that. Throw grenade, and it's not like on button release. No, it's on button hold, throw grenade. It should have been on button hold grenade, and then on button release, throw grenade. On button hold grenade, show an arc, and maybe possibly show be able to move the arc. Okay, yeah, he did just spawn. But yeah, I'm not gonna like fault the game for like that death. That clearly was my own. For example, like I want to do this, right? I now know I have to move backwards from my position to be able to throw a grenade to have it hit where I want it to hit. But how would I know that? And this is I'll get more to it later. There's a lot in the game that is really neat. Like right here, right? Go in there. Like, I think I spent way too much time complaining about the game, complaining about like controls and like, and trying to explain what I mean. Because realistically, I think I need to explain what I mean because I feel like it's getting taken out a bit out of context. Because I can look. Here's the thing, right? Here's another thing about me specifically. In the moment, and this is for this happens for everybody. In the moment, you're not gonna blame yourself unless you actually know it was you. Unless you like me throwing that grenade, for example. One, I didn't know it was gonna bounce off the wall, but I saw where the grenade landed, and so I knew I died. It was still stupid because very different reasons, but that was like a clear my death. The same one with the one earlier with me getting blasted by the shotgun guy. I knew he was alive after the fist fight. I could have pressed focus. I could have done a lot of things, but clearly at that point I know my own fault. But sometimes when in the heat of the moment, you're not really gonna blame yourself. You're gonna blame everything else until you take an outside perspective. Like in the moment, you're not. In the moment, you're gonna get frustrated, and you're gonna say bullshit. Once you take the outside perspective, example, once I look back through the entire video, then hindsight is 2020. you're not gonna you're not gonna know in the moment how you messed up, when you messed up, whatnot. You're not gonna. That's out of your brain. Once you review it, then you'll realize, oh yeah, I messed up here, 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 and here. Same thing with like everything that's been happening. Where was the first guy? Okay, so this is what? This gun here? I'm now getting this gun. And with that, I need more focus. Actually, hold up. Can I do it like this? Wait. Is that what happened? Okay, so did the grenade blow up? Again, hindsight, right? Once you realize what happened, now that I know that the side exploded, now my brain thinks, oh, hey, because I didn't know that exploded. So maybe when I threw the grenade, I avoided the grenade, but this exploded, which is a bigger explosion. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's exactly what happened. Because I don't remember killing this guy here. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was. I died to like environmental damage and not the grenade. God damn it. And okay, let's see. Okay. Another thing. Again, a little bit of like coding, but like if pressing A on continue makes me fire a gun, the game isn't really paused. It's just the moment I press A, I lose a few bullets. God damn it. Whoa! How'd you get a gun? Where were you? I'm sorry, where were you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, you there. I don't know why I stopped firing. Where's my UMG at? Why? Okay. I'm pretty sure I threw a grenade. Where did it go? That is death. But like, and that's what I mean, right? I literally got stuck on geometry. So you mean I could have just ran through that? See, like, that knowledge is good to know. Obviously, it says planet one. I should have, like, read that. But where is, like, the environmental destruction? I should have also known about the environmental destruction because it already happened a few times with, like, terraforming and stuff. Did I get them? I see one guy died. Okay, yeah, I did. Oh yeah, actually, it's been right here. Okay, cool. What? Okay. There was no. What happened there? This is one of those, like, I have to roll it back to see what happened there specifically. Because something happened there where something blew up. I was in the vicinity. I don't know. Was it a grenade? Alright. And now we just throw a grenade. Fuck. I don't know why I stood out there in the open for so long. Should have died there, to be honest. But I'm not gonna say never punished. I'm always punished. Okay. Okay. I'll throw that there. That was me being stupid. Let's grab this gun. Was it him that threw a grenade? What is going on? Please tell me that's gonna do something and not kill me. I'm gonna make this a little bit longer because I just go on like a rant. Okay, so I have to jump over this. If I do this, like, the thing is, I should be able to do something like that. At least a little bit more. Like, if I don't have focus, at least I won't be, like, fully assed out. Can I go up there? I really want that ammo. I really want that ammo. God damn it. I'm pretty sure I'm going over there anyways. Whoa! Again, one of those situations where I should have died. But the thing is, they didn't tell me a third guy was gonna be here. On top of that, he should have blew up. Fuck. If I shoot that, whoa! See, I'm worried about this right here. What? Did I get him? Yeah. Okay. I have another gun? No. But it didn't give me a lot of ammo. Wait, am I supposed to go up there? No. Oh, sure. Door right in front of my face. Guys, I have one grenade. That guy's dead. If he doesn't die, I'm gonna be surprised. Are you telling me grenades can't kill the guy? Fuck me, I guess that's my fault for thinking he died to a grenade. Okay, I see 3 dudes. Let me not be fancy with my shots. That up just yet. That right there is like Pandora's box. I don't have a UMP. Alright. How is this gonna play out? Okay. There goes the third guy. Okay. Is that a gun on the floor? I think I see a gun on the floor now. Okay, 3 weapons. Okay. Okay, so there's two guys there. Grenade one, grenade two. What about you? Are you alive? No. Okay, cool. That gave me back the G36. Okay. Okay. Wait for my focus. I just thrown a grenade in his face. Did that work?
Did
Oh.
that do it?
That did it.
Oh. Yeah, just throw a grenade, right? Yeah, that did it.
Everybody, out! Hey, you got any grenades left?
I was saving this for a special occasion.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you sure there's no other way? Okay, I'll give him the details. I climb up to the top of the reactor and get to the core.
Okay,
You stay up here and cover me. You'll also need to keep the control room clear.
of course.
Once I'm there, you'll use these controls to open the core. I place my bomb inside the core casing. You drag up the control rods and I get the hell out of there.
Direct exposure to the radiation.
I won't be in there for long.
That's suicide.
That casing is 3 feet of steel. It's got to be this way. If we fail, Neo fails. And that cannot happen at any cost.
Okay. So I'm gonna end this here. So I have my gripes about the game. These are my gripes. I will complain about it because if I don't, I'm just gonna get more frustrated. I like to be vocal about things that I see clearly that are wrong. From my experiences playing other games. Here's like a rundown of everything, right? Because there's no this could have been made during a time where indicators weren't a thing. But then again, we've had Call of Duty on the GameCube. We had Medal of Honor that when you get shot, even on hard mode, actually those games are just as unforgiving on hard mode, and I've played those on like hard mode. But the thing is, I can adjust to it. I just got to figure out how to adjust. And it becomes a bit hard when the checkpoints are few and far between. So, or if a level is too long, so on and so forth. So, a couple of things, right? A flashing grenade on the floor doesn't really tell me anything. It could be a red light on the floor, and it could be anything from a stage. You never know. Few things here and there. And this is a lot that goes on. Again, let's go at this from a new player perspective, regardless of the difficulty. If the control, let's call this out first. You say the controls are fine. I don't think they're fine. You don't have any issues with the controls, but maybe you played the game longer than I have. This is my first time playing the game. compared to like other games that tried this kind of thing, the controls, everything about the controls were fine. For example, pressing R readies the gun. If this says, "Hey, ready a gun," and then strafe left and right, strafe left and right, okay, I wouldn't have a problem because then nothing would be tied to the A button, except for like, I don't know, an action command or something else. B, if I can hold the grenade and then upon button release, throw the grenade. This is why I say the controls are bad. It's because I've played games where holding a grenade is something you hold and then you throw it as soon as you let go of the button. Which means you can tell, even without an indication, an arc. In this game, there is no indication. The arc is the arc, and you have to like throw the grenade a few times to figure out what is that arc. Two, the grenade doesn't get thrown that far, and it feels like it does this. That's to me that's not really intuitive. A grenade is supposed to be like thrown, even if it's a sticky grenade, right? But if this is not a sticky grenade, this is a grenade that gets tossed, hits the floor, doesn't bounce, doesn't do anything. And then on top of that, the fact that the enemies survived a grenade right next to their feet. Again, I get that they're bullet sponges, but a grenade is a grenade. If it's gonna kill them, it's going to kill them. There's nothing stopping that. The fact that they survived a grenade, in my head, I will accept full responsibility for the death, but you can also tell me, hey, that grenade should have killed them, regardless of difficulty. This is what I mean. There is there is no indicator. There is no like arrow. Not even an arrow pointing me in the right direction. There's no arrow telling me where the damage is coming from, where anything is coming from. I have to guess and then look around. That's what I mean by controls. That's what I mean by unintuitive game design. Actually, I just threw that out there. The game design is unintuitive because it gives you no information based on aside from what you can clearly see, and that's it. Those are all my gripes. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All that said and done, get the fuck out. The tavern is now closed. I shall see you guys later.